What's going on, guys? Threw on the ball back again. You see I'm glistening. It's 100 degrees. We're in the garage with this OBS Silverado. Let the body work begin. So the owner of this vehicle had a deer impact on the driver's side. That's why this bumper's pushed back. You can see it cracked up this bumper filler. The headlamp assembly is loose, to say the least. This one on this side is also loose. It's not near as bad. I'd say it's probably from the impact. This one does wiggle a bit. It's not near as bad as this one is, though. I mean, this one is... I'm sure driving down the road, this light's vibrating quite a bit, so I'm going to recommend them replacing both of those, just because not too much we can do. I think the plastic has been stripped from the impact where all this is assembled. As you can see, it's just dancing all over the place. So... and it's fully bolted in. There's not really anything else I can do with it. Alright, so I guess the front grill off and the turn signal lamps. And I will show you one thing. So on these lights, see they're cracked. That's from the animal impact. And there's also quite a bit of moisture on the back side. And there's even some moisture down inside the light sockets, which caused another issue. You see this white wire here is corroded, and it broke off of where it was soldered into the light socket, so that side of the turn signal will not work. Get some light down in there. And you see that corrosion there. See what popped out? And this one's also got corrosion in it as well. Yeah, so probably just need to get a new set of lights. This one has a rubber plug on it, and this one has a rubber plug, so those are fine. But for whatever reason, this side they were missing, so that is no good. We'll go ahead and move to the removal of the tow hooks and the front bumper. Alright, that takes care of the removal of everything off the front nose. It needs to be removed for paint. We'll mask off all this black area where the radiator core support is, and all of those black areas will be masked off, as well as the engine bay. I will focus our attention on the back of the vehicle. Yeah, right back there. Alright, so I got a Sharpie here. I'm just going to go down the body, mark all my areas, except for the dark ones on the black. I'll mark all the red with this black Sharpie, and then I've got a white chalk marker that I'll mark the black areas with. It's going to give me an idea of the main areas I need to hit first. We've got a dent right here on the cab. I'm going to try to pull that dent out. And we got a dent down here. I'm going to see if the cab corner will take care of this. That's a complex pull. You got to pull out this way, and then the metal is stretched over on this side, and we'd have to work that back in. So I'll check the cab corner because we've got to replace it anyway. There's one area there where the paint has been chipped down to the primer. So back here on the tailgate, because most of this dings and whatnot are real small, I'm not going to worry about those. We'll take care of those once we get it into primer, but there is a large one right here we're going to want to take care of. Now the side of this bed, you can see the waves in there. Most of that's going to have to just be worked out when I go to block sand the side of the truck. Sorry for that crazy reflection. Another cracked lens. Wow. So the only area that we're going to pull is going to be right up here. You see this concave area. There's a little dent in there, and I think we're going to actually try to pull that one out. Right in there. Then if you look down the side, everything looks pretty good down through here until we get up towards the front of the truck where something got into the door right in that area there. So I think we will do a pull in those three locations, pull that dent out, then we'll do a little skim coat after we've done that. But most of that should come out. Then there's some sort of wrinkly crease action going on here. Not really anything I can pull there, so we'll just have to block sand that area down. Probably some spot putty or a skim coat of filler there. It's going to be the only way to remedy that one. Not really anything I can pull, so I'll take care of that. Hood looks good. Surprisingly, there's one high spot. That's where something underneath the hood came up this way through the bottom. Aside from that, front end looks good. Driver fender looks good. Everything I can see, I don't see any distortions anywhere. Driver door looks good. It does have a bit of a sag. We will adjust that momentarily. There's a little ding right back there, just underneath the door handle. So we'll take care of that guy. And really, no need to even mark this. We obviously got to take care of that. So now up on top of the truck. Oh yeah, top of the bed rails. Yeah, they look like a truck should look. There's a dent there. Dent there. Dent there. There's some dent action back here. This is where somebody apparently has been laid something on top of the cab of the truck. All these scratches and everything here. Now the owner said he wasn't super worried about the dents back here because you can't see them since the truck is lifted. But we will address all of these areas because you just can't leave it like that. It's gotta be done right. So dent, dent, dent. Most of these are pretty small though. Won't have to do too much work to get them worked out. It'll be work of course, but it won't be too bad. Nothing too critical. Alright, I think that takes care of it. Oh, no, there's another dent on the tailgate right in there. Wow, I didn't see that one. Yeah, a little dent there, a little dent there. Oh. Looks like you got some flagpoles in here, or flagpole holders. Nice. spot down there that I can pull on that dent. I'm going to tackle this one actually from the back of the cab. So I'm going to have to work the back of the cab forward. And down here, where the hole is, it's actually spongy all the way back to about right here. So we'll be taking a good portion of this cab corner out. We're good up here where the seam's at, so I'll leave that alone. We'll come back in here somewhere. And it's not rotted down here. It's up here at the top. Very interesting. It's almost like they made the metal thinner on this portion of the cab corner for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So maybe it's the same. Yeah, it's probably the same. But so where this is rusting and rotting out at is right where there's a piece of foam inside. So what it looks like is that moisture and the air gets trapped up on the bottom side of this foam, condensates, and then gets trapped in here and starts to rust these from the inside out. So this is a 3-door cab. Walk around here to the other side, and this is as solid as can be. It even sounds different. So yeah, no issues here. This side looks good. Just the other side where the issue is. Alright, so if you see here, looking at this piece, you can see where the moisture line is. It starts rusting right down there. That moisture line matches this line right here, which is a piece of foam that is in the cab. Yep, so I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, other than maybe keep noise and moisture out, but it definitely creates an issue on the inside of these guys, as you can see. So the drain was actually clear. There's no debris or anything in that drain. Huh, some hornet nest in there. Nice. Glad they're not in there right now. Anyway, yeah, the drain is actually clear, so it wasn't an issue with the drain being clogged up. I say this is the culprit right here, this piece of foam. It's definitely caused the issue. Definitely caused the issue. You see we pulled quite a bit of the dent out up at the top, and I pulled some of this at the bottom. My reason for that, even though we're going to be replacing this portion of the metal, is it actually pushed the cab back towards the bed. So I'm trying to get that cab to move forward some before I cut it. I'll get our piece to line up a little bit easier. But our upper section is just about ready. I'm gonna go ahead and grind those off. Got that big dent up out of there. And then we'll knock those off. Go ahead and take care of the dents on the opposite side of the truck now. This is the last dent that I'm going to have to do any heavy pulling on right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this down. I'll pull that one up. That should be the last one. Alright, she's better than where she was. Very small depression there. We may try to pull a little bit more up here. Pulling on that curve is always going to be a challenge. It's a very tight piece of metal there. So. So I thought that was the last spot. There's actually a spot on the cab up there I'm going to have to deal with. Let's hop up in the bed and take a look at it. So I mentioned before the top of this cab had quite a bit of damage up here. Or it looks like somebody's been laying something on top of it all the way across. These areas aren't too bad over on this left side, but this one has got a pretty big dent. So we're going to try to at least pull this section here up. I'll reduce the amount of filler we need to put there. It's not a lot, but it would be about... I don't know, it's down maybe 3/16 of an inch, almost a quarter of an inch, so we're going to pull that up. Alright, that takes care of all of the stud welding and dent pulling that we needed to do. Wasn't too painful, so we took care of the major issues on the driver's side portion of the cab. Took care of some issues up at the top. And we also took care of the dent that was in this fender there, and the dent in the door, as well as one dent back here in the bed. Alright, well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Be sure to check out my other videos. There'll be more videos on this truck. There are other trucks, cars, Jeeps, all kinds of stuff here on the channel. Thank you for watching Thrills on the Block, where we're giving back what time is taken away. We'll see you soon.